following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Okay, so you go outside. There is a bustling town. You're not actually in like the central, typical place, Chinatown, that they go to. More like on the very edge. You're in a street that looks a lot like this. Yes, it's a different one.
Yeah, I can tell that.
No, you can't. It's shit.
Mostly from the was up at the top. It looks like there's like an open car park area with a chain fence or something.
And you basically head down to a small business called Candace's Candy. Sweets for my sweet is the subtitle.
Ooh, candy.
Yes, indeed. Now, inside is a complainant. The proprietor of the store has recently been robbed and vandalized by mutants. Your two's job will be to go in there, placate the civilian, ascertain what may be done, investigate as best you can for clues, and then make a determination as to the best course of action the DMV should take. Be that call in some cleaners, call in an investigative team, call in a containment unit, etc., etc.
Of course.
Off you go. Remember everything you've learned. No pressure.
I don't know. Hello there, sir.
I'm a man. It's very obviously a woman.
Oh, okay then, sorry. Hello there, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Candace.
Hello, I'm Roxanne, Emily, DMV.
Dexy Midnight. DMV. Oh, of course, I should have known. You hear about the complaint?
I am indeed. Please tell me what happened.
Well, some mutant kids broke in, set fire to the display of chips, which I know aren't candy, but we sell them because people like them. Another one, took the drinks out of the fridge, then they just ran along that aisle there, grabbed a bunch of candy, set fire to my door on the way out. I couldn't chase them.
Of course.
I mean, I thought we were supposed to have protection from this kind of thing, but
Looking at there's fire damage. Yeah.
they said to leave everything as it was.
That makes sense. This is evidence that we need to.
Look, I don't want to be a pain or anything here, but I need to be open, especially now during the Soviet crisis. This kind of product is extremely sought after. I'm literally massively out of pocket. I cannot restock.
Well, the sooner we get this all sorted out and everything cleared up, the sooner we'll be able to let you open again, man.
Well, if there's anything we can do.
Well, could you describe? Do you have security footage for a start?
Oh no, we can't afford that.
Okay, can you just describe the young people involved? How many were there?
Two.
Gender?
There were two, both male.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was black, the other one was Hispanic.
Did you hear any of them refer to another by a nickname or moniker of some kind?
I don't know, does Mang count?
No, that's a common slang, I believe, amongst the Hispanic.
Oh.
Do you know, how tall were they and what were they wearing?
They were wearing red hooded jumpers, and they were probably about 5'10", 5'11".
Both of them wearing red?
Yes.
Any
jeans and sneakers?
gang insignia on the red tops, like red faction or anything like
Didn't
that?
see anything like that.
Okay.
But I was a little distracted by the
You
fire.
said they were teenagers. Were they towards the younger side of teenagers or a little older?
Oh, they looked pretty in the middle of the teen years, sort of spotty and violent, burning up everyone's stuff.
You said they were mutants.
Well, yes, one set fire to the thing with his mutant powers.
You definitely... there was no, concealed lighter or something? It was definitely...
I don't know. I didn't see a concealed lighter.
The other one, was there any indication that he was a mutant?
I mean, not really, but they do travel in packs.
So you could not verify for sure if one was a mutant.
I mean, all I know is that it's not exactly the easiest thing in the world to set a refrigerator on fire, and those chip bags are foil.
That is a good point, man.
So, I mean, they've obviously got to be mutants. Like that Soviet, just wrecking up all the food.
What time did this happen, approximately?
About 9. We were just about to open.
Did you see what direction they went
The
in?
fire, it was...
Of course, you couldn't get out the door.
Sorry.
But, did they give us a camera or anything?
They would have to have.
Okay,
Dixie will have it around her neck.
My associate here, Miss Midnight, is just going to take some photos of the area. Lena and I'll be like, think of any other questions to ask Dixie?
What specifically did they take?
Good point. What specifically did they take, man?
Almost our entire stock of butternut whipples.
Butternut whipples. Only butternut whipples?
Well, I think they also took some drinks out of the refrigerator. Coca-Colas.
Okay. Did these butternut whipples, I mean, they must be a rare commodity these days, correct?
Just about any kind of candy is.
How recently did your latest stock come in?
Right before the storm. In fact, that's the only stock we've had in.
Do you recall ever seeing these young gentlemen before, like coming in to buy other items?
No, we don't really have a lot of mutant customers.
No, just
And I've certainly never seen any red hoods.
Try to close your eyes and think of their faces. Ignore the red hoods. Does anything ring a
One
bell?
of them was black. He looks like a black person. The other one had a little ratty mustache.
Okay, good.
Like, just a scraggly little thing, like he couldn't grow proper one.
And you don't recall seeing that face before?
No, I don't think so.
You want to just eliminate the idea that the scout in the joint first.
What?
Scout in the joint? Like, they
Oh.
come in earlier to ascertain that you had these valuables?
I don't think I've ever seen them before. Well, I got pictures. Can I borrow you for a moment, Roxanne?
Excuse me a moment, my associate and I have to converse. Shouldn't take too long. Yeah?
Well, I'm about to roll my forensics. It's a skill I have. That's falls out around. Natural 20. Oh. God, how many of these am I going to roll tonight? Fuck! Oh, mind you, it's longer than normal, so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you, see this? And, sniff it. Sniff it. Go on. Ooh, get a good lungful. Just lean towards the chips.
On the chips.
Smell that? It's petrol. It's petrol. So they doused it and set it on fire. I don't think this is mutants. I mean, unless it's a petrol mutant.
So that would explain the big burst.
And if I'm any judge, it looks like the fire started here, near the bottom, with what looks like a bunch of ash paper. So I think this was a fire started the normal way, unless they need accelerant and other things, and they can just cause sparks. I don't know. Looks like this fire started here. I want to have a look at the door. Can you keep it busy? Sure. Fuck off. Fuck, I got a 20. I'm gonna let that ride. What's your partner doing? What's she doing there?
Oh, she's just investigating the places where the fire were to ascertain the kind of temperatures that the fire would have got to in a short period of time.
I believe you.
Things like that.
Do you deal
Possible
with the
source of combustion, like the source specifically where it would have started. And
You're
things like that.
very young and informally dressed. Have you been with the department long?
Not very long now.
So, how many of these kind of pyro mutants have you dealt with?
Well, we can't ascertain yet whether we still have yet to verify who this might be, but this is the first time we've come across a pyro mutant.
Really? I would have thought they'd be more common. You hear about fires all over town all the time.
Turns out most of those are just common arson. A lot of times people are trying to make it look like a mutant did something, but...
So common art? Really? Why would people set fire to things with... wow, you learn something every day, boy. Just realised what she's supposed to say. It's too late now. Your partner will come back up. I think I got the results I was expecting. I think we're done here. Well, what's going to happen? What my thing?
We just need to report back to our superiors. We'll give them a report of what you told us and the evidence we found, and we should get back to you fairly soon with the response. And the quicker we sort this out again, the sooner you'll be able to open up.
Well, I guess so. Please hurry. My business is withering away.
Of course. Excuse us.
You step outside. The door was set on fire with petrol too.
I figured once the first one was...
I would guess not a mutant.
Sounds like it.
We should probably look around the sidewalk and see if anyone noticed you two people running away.
We might even find a little gas can or something around in one of the nearby alleyways or
So
something.
we should definitely do some perception checks. You muffed it.
Mine's not too bad. It's 16.
Well, you find a little gas can abandoned a few businesses down the road, and while she's been going in, asking people if they saw some punks run by, but no one has.
I'll pick up. I'll collect that as it. Did they give us little baggies?
Oh, they'll have to, won't you?
Yeah. I'll just pick it up with the tip of a pen or something and... I'll meet up with,
Well, what did you learn?
is this,
This your field instructors again?
looks like it was a case of arson related to a non-mutant from the sounds of it. Dexy here did a bang-up job in discovering some petrol residue, and then not far down I found this little thing here, so it sounds like...
Well, he'll fill out the transfer of evidence log. Well, it sounds like we can pass this on to the local branch of the police. How do you feel you went just talking over things with the owner?
I mean, I suppose it all comes down to what the owner thinks. In the end, she was very keen to open up again. I tried to reassure her the faster we get this sorted out, the faster it would be, before she could do that again. I think it went well. She was a little concerned when Dexy was starting to investigate the sources of the fire, but I managed to placate her with some not entirely truthful, but also not quite lies to reassure her. And everything was above board, and that we were just doing everything by procedure. She was a little concerned how young we were.
Well, it was not the most elegant questioning we've ever overheard. I think you definitely need to brush up on your interpersonals there, but you didn't fumble too heavily. And then every other pair goes, and now it's you two. Well, saving the best for last. And also Alvin is here. You get driven to a place. Well, an aggravated assault was committed on this property by mutants, reportedly. This happened a few minutes ago, and we're throwing you in here. Investigate. You are pushed out of the van. Oh! Good. You're at Chinese Market. It's a takeaway place. It's the one Bevan works for.
Alright. Well,
The guy comes up, he's holding a cleaver in one hand. He's like,
look, a strange little man. I'm sorry. Does anyone here speak English?
I speak English, pig dog.
Yes, well,
Sir, we're from the Department of Mutant... Woman, don't talk! You're for cleaning!
Sir.
Of course, sir. My apologies. Master...
Okay. So, You
ugly man! You must be competent one of team.
Let's run with that. Let's assume that.
What you gonna do about this, huh? Over there, take over there, come down,
Sorry, you lost me after the first bit. When you stopped speaking English.
Pig dog American! You come here! You come here! Look at this! He walk over.
Yeah, we need to see who's been assaulted.
Who would scuff my paintwork? Also, my employee dead! There's a body there. Who gonna cut the fish now, huh?
Well,
Who gonna deliver my poker face?
Kneel beside.
I swear I'm not racist.
Kneel beside. Check to make sure it is indeed dead.
He is very dead. In fact, the scorch mark on the chest and feet pretty much indicate he's dead.
Put hand on wound. How warm is it?
Quite.
Just recently happened. And what did they look like? Which way did they go? No, English, motherfucker, please. We have got to chase these guys.
They come from sky, like gods, riding down on the lightning and winds. Then they sweep through here. Girl with green eyes run that way, toward the big building hotel. Then they run after them. Then the guy come. He is dressed in yellow and he is black, like the knights, like murderer. They fighting each other in the hats with the lightning. Fight, fire, lightning, fire, rain, all that things. Yeah. Then he dodge all the way, throw his fist at them. Then they are fighting in fire and rain, all the way through there. Employee, he get between them and die from the lightnings and the storm. Redhead girl calls whole problem run away, filthy mutant.
Were they chasing her?
Do not know who she was, just saw red hair, green eyes, very nice leg.
Okay.
Could be woman for pleasure. For cleaning. Something familiar about too, but no recognition. Oh, all dressed like superhero. You see on TV, that redhead on TV with the blonde one who destroy all things. Who got the clean up product? Look at this. Who burn? Look, all burn here. You want burnt fish? You buy burnt fish? Who buy burnt fish? What I gonna do with beating now?
Dick, can you stay here and try to take a statement from...
Oh yes, Massa.
Well, I was just thinking maybe I should check the rooftops if there's a superhero that ran off that way.
I'll do my best.
I am imbuing this one with all of my authority to make decisions on my behalf, because I am...
No, you're right, black man.
And start running off the way the other woman was supposed to have gone. It's just like, come on, superhero. All the way to cover it, and then it's like, rooftop. These fuckers love rooftops.
Roll.
$11.
There are 3 color-coded ninjas fighting the 3 storms. On top of a roof, 1 roof over.
Subtle.
It isn't. There's like electricity, fire, all that good stuff. Shooting everywhere.
Gonna do that. I'm bowing the front half of my down, so now I'm clearly in stealth mode.
Oh yeah.
And sneaking my way over closer to the fight. Come on. Someone monologue about what we're doing. Come on.
You asked for
Dicks, motherfucker, can you hear me?
I'm not allowed to help. Sorry. Also, I can't understand that. Yeah, they are fighting. How long are you hanging around? Or come on, you're in charge of this. You got to interfere, right? Right.
I can't take out these guys. They're throwing around elemental powers, and I'm already now a little bit wary of
You
fire.
shouldn't be anyway. How many lashes I'm going to give? You attack them.
Out of the mists of the explosions comes a tall, robed figure with the swaggest hat you've ever seen. With droopy Fu Manchu mustaches. He becomes atomized and betrayed.
What?
He monologues at him and you can't understand it. Before a great beam of light shoots from his mouth and blinds you to what is going on, and then you return, no one is there.
Well, I obviously have to scoot on over to the site where they all disappeared and look for no conveniently dropped wallets.
Forensics check. Unless you don't have forensics, then do an investigate.
Whatever the fuck I have, I'm doing it as a natural 20.
You are able to find scuff marks indicative of like a leatherized foot of feet moving around. You see scorch marks consistent with burning and also lightning strike, like a bit of melted roofing. It's really cold in this area, but it's warming up in the mid-morning sun. There's a faint. Oh, you can't smell, can you?
No.
Then, sorry, I know you got a 20, but
Yep.
the main thing is the smell, and that's not going to be there. Oh no, it's there's definitely signs of a fight.
Well, I can't personally diagnose anything to do with it, so what I need to do is drop down the front of the building and try and work out from signs or whatever which building this is. Oh no, if there's soot, draw the squiggle markings off the side of this building just to be...
This is an old hotel.
Okay.
I believe, actually, you can fill in all the details from here.
And start making my way
Because
back.
I don't have it in front of me, so I can't.
Yeah, and start heading back towards the market.
Behind you, unseen, a ninja steps out and watches you go.
Can't see them.
I mean, that's how you should
Get back, like about 20 minutes later, and the old man is a big bottle of some kind of rice wine, and he's like weaving backwards and forwards, and Stephanie's just there.
I am very well, thank you.
Aho.
Right, we're caught up in something bigger here. I don't really know. Have you come across anything?
Step up and extricate herself from Muriel. The gentleman has basically described what I think might be an ancient Chinese legend.
Okay, give me what you got.
Okay, apparently there are 3 great natural conflagrations represented in the embodiment of wind, fire, and lightning, who are embodied in 3 mortal coiled servants of Jintai, which is a great dragon servant of the East or something, I think. And he is sent his forces to look for someone. But then there's what I think he described was also the same thing, but they're bad. And I don't think I'm entirely understanding, because I don't think he entirely understands what he saw. But I think I just saw Chinese demon spirits versus ninjas.
That kind of lines up with what I just saw, except there was an extra entrant, long guy with the long mustaches and stuff like that. But I just saw 3 guys fighting 3 guys, so maybe we have our mutants and it's essentially gang turf war. But that doesn't help us with dead guy over here.
So what this looks like is that some supernaturally powered beings, possibly mutants, have attacked others, and this guy got caught up in the middle.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, what do we do with that?
I don't know how the superhero factors. I didn't find her.
Superhero?
The one that was said to be.
Oh yes, the running woman with the green eyes and red hair that he thought was familiar but didn't recognize. I think I know exactly what that's all about. Someone out there has an interesting complication on their mutant power, that when they're dressed a certain way they can't be recognized as the same person even though they're not wearing a mask.
So in other words, mutant superhero bitch started a fight in a pub.
Well, he said it was the one who was with Soviet. So that
good.
makes it... oh god, what did they call her? I can't remember.
Well, I keep hearing the Russian whore.
Oh, no, it's the redhead one.
Oh. I don't know, but we have to deal with this here now.
Okay. I actually, normally I'd have done what you did and just chase him down.
Yeah, well, if you'd still had your powers, then, you would have been the one to handle that. I just took the initiative because I still got mine at the moment.
I am beginning to feel very selfish.
Well, I mean, if anything, we should be feeling for this poor fucker who's laid out on the ground over here.
As you're talking, Bevan will arrive on a little scooter, looking around a little too interestedly, but not that you're allowed to notice that, because you're not allowed to make the connection they're the same person. And you just like, what am I supposed to deliver? What are you supposed to deliver? Oh, look at this! And also my employee killed! She's just like,
yeah. Kneel beside him, and it's just like, has anyone closed his eyes or done anything? Check for wallet.
They've left him alone under the instructions. Well, it's time to do forensics. You know how to do that, right?
Yeah, sure. Like 18, the nothing skill that I have.
It's investigate. Everyone's got that, right? I mean, you don't need to be trained to use it at a low level.
Yes, investigate is
one
one
of
the trained only skills.
Oh, in that case, you don't bank that 18. You can't roll. I thought investigate was it,
It-
or is it search?
I think search, you can just...
I'll do a search then. That's 18 is now a search.
Yeah.
Wait, search isn't even a skill. I think it's perception. Or
Fine
insight?
then.
Well,
Perception's not
insight.
enough to do it though, so you don't
Insight.
get shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's 18 plus 13 then if it's perception.
Yeah, it doesn't do shit for this though. Okay, so you guys are going to have to start being taught investigation. That's going to be a thing.
Makes sense.
Kind of thought it was one of those skills you didn't need training in to use, but okay.
No, I think investigation and treatment are the two big must be trained in.
Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, you just fucked yourself, but could have lied to me. I would have been fine with it. It's kind of the way I thought it worked. So, okay, so yeah, you don't find it in.
I lucked out. I didn't know Dixie had it.
She has forensics, which is slightly different.
Yeah, so we'll just close his eyes, and it's just like, well, unless we go back to the handlers, I think step 2 is we call the police because there's a body.
Well, then I guess we should go back to our handlers, having achieved and done nothing.
To be fair, I don't know if we're involved in mystical bullshit or Chinese legends, but
Mutants, you mean? Well, how did you
Sir,
both do? We fucked out.
yeah. Before we do that, it's like, sir, we are taking all we know back to our hands. We will try and get this stuff sorted. You enjoy your drink, and maybe consider hiring. Please do not wave the cleaver around while you are inebriated. Oh god, now he's got 2 cleavers. Yeah, I'm calling it retreat. Hey, Mom, back at the handlers. Yeah, I don't know what we could really do.
What did you find? Well, I interviewed the suspect, and he seems to have gotten a number of mystical Chinese legends confused in his head, and he's relating the events like that. From what I can gather, 3 people dressed in what could best be described as Chinese rice farmer gear were attacked by 3 ninjas, and they fought off through the streets and up a building, and an employee and some property got caught in the crossfire. Apparently they were shooting fire and lightning and all that kind of thing, according to him and his wife's recollection.